Unfortunately, Chappy, you have no audio, my friend. So try the settings. You have to allow the settings. When you come into the room, there's a dialog box that pops in your face to allow your flash player access to the microphone. So you have to click that allow button twice usually to enable the flash player to access your microphone. So you might have to log out and come back in, Chappy, and try it one more time. So, or you can go to your settings there and do the run the wizard there. Try to get the microphone to access the software here. Okay, Chappy, unfortunately, no audio, so we'll get you to try to log out and come back in and try that setting, and we'll try you again. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CrowdRising webinar. We have our lovely horse lady Lauren here with us this evening. So, Lauren, if you are still in the room, you can proceed with welcoming. We'll get started in about 2 minutes' time. Welcome to the webinar.
How's the sound, everyone? Can you hear me all right? Hello, Frank. Yay, wonderful. Woohoo. Dawn Rising. Who else came in here? Gerhard is here. Jack. Hello, Jack. Let's see. Oh, I'm just a bit quiet. Let me try to turn that up a little bit. Is that better? Or too loud? That's better. Okay, good, 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 good. Great. Well, as usual, let me play a little music to get us into this here thing. And except that my phone is ringing. That's not the music I wanted. Let's try that again. Let's see what Mr. Glenn Campbell has to say.
Hi-oh, Silver, away!
All right, Lauren, thank you so much for that wonderful tune here. We appreciate your passion and energy for music and for crowd rising. So good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the, it's Tuesday, May 17th edition of the Crowd Rising webinar and presentation. Again, my name is Pete Redekup, and together with Gerhard, Rempel and Lauren Blaine and our wonderful friend Kai Jacobson. Not sure if Kai's on the webinar here today, but welcome, welcome, welcome. We really do appreciate you folks. Well, folks, we've got quite a few special things to share with you here today. And one of the things that I want to start off with today is the feedback that we have gotten from the participants of CrowdRising. And one of the things that's so absolutely rewarding for us is to see the energy, to see the enthusiasm, and to hear people say, you know what, I appreciate this group. This group is amazing, and this group is so full of fun people, and it's just everything that other programs are not. When you come to CrowdRising, you're not necessarily going to see all the glamour and the glitz, and you're not going to see a website with big bags of cash and beautiful women in bikinis and, you know, mansions, and you're just not going to see that stuff because we're not about hype, we're not about rah-rah. We don't believe in promoting a pie in the sky. We've been there, we've done that. We've been involved in programs and things that have done that, and you know what? These things, they fail. I mean, they fail miserably every time. And the phoenix always falls back to the ashes, and the crowd will rise to the movement, and the movement we have here. And we are absolutely blessed. I want to begin with a short story here today, and this is a real interesting story from late last night. Gerhard and myself were up till the wee hours of the morning, working on the verbiage of the PowerPoint, working on internal modifications for CrowdRising, enhancements, and many different things. And we were just motivated, and it was already 5:20 a.m. and the dawn was already upon us here, and it was like, Gerhard, look, it's already morning, and we're still going here. We're still at it. And then all of a sudden, our phone rings here in Belize. Our Magic Jack number rings. And I go to the phone and started talking to this wonderful individual. Here, I'm going to post a screenshot. Right there is a screenshot of this particular username. Click this. This is an interesting story. We're going to have an individual that's going to come on to a future webinar. I'm not sure if Danielle is with us today, but this gentleman calls us from South Africa, and his name is Danielle. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful man. And he starts to tell us a story that he's down to 2 hours of his CrowdRising account timing out. And he's so worried, he's so concerned about what's going on, and he doesn't want to lose his position with CrowdRising. So he's asking us basically if we can give him a little bit more time. And the conversation just kept going, and we discovered that this man, you know, went out of his way in South Africa, and his message to me was that he had borrowed 50,000 Tanzanian shillings, and he rushed to the bank to make sure that he got that $20 donation to us in time, and he wanted to make sure that he was able to get that Western Union over. Well, we were quite moved by his story and his energy and his passion and what he saw for CrowdRising. And Gerhard and I immediately turned around and said to our wonderful new CrowdRising member, Danielle, we added him to Skype, and lo and behold, Gerhard had him on Skype already from previous endeavor. And immediately we said to our friend Danielle, and Danielle, if you're in the room, identify yourself, please. Just say hello in the chat box there. And we said that we believe in blessings, and we obviously know that what comes from the heart will be returned tenfold. So we did what we felt was the right thing to do, and we just comped Danielle in. And this was the interesting part about it. There was a scenario inside of CrowdRising where this individual somehow ended up being sponsored directly by CrowdRising. Now, obviously, there is some kind of a glitch, some kind of a working here. He obviously has to go down. He has to be spilled down into the first available position. But it put us in a really unique spot here with this individual, and we received this sort of like a blessing. And we started talking to this Danielle individual from South Africa, and this guy was just absolutely in tears. I mean, it was very touching to see how the law of attraction was at work here, and how this man was so absolutely humble and so excited about what CrowdRising was going to offer him and his family and his people down in South Africa. So his message to me was very moving. I'll reserve that message till we can get Danielle personally on a webinar and just share his story in regards to his own personal energy and what he is doing with CrowdRising and how he's moving forward with it. So yeah, very, very blessed to have this person with us here. So I thought that was really worth sharing with all of you here today. Now, we have a very special guest speaker here today, Chris Chapman. We were having some challenges with his louder. Okay, am I too quiet? Let me raise it up for you there a little bit, John. Let me try that. I should have done a sound check up front. Never assume, they say. I'm at the same setting I was yesterday. Let me go all the way to 80%. Let me know if that's better. Does that work? I can get in. Okay, Chappy. Then that's awesome. I'm going to introduce you guys to one of our incredible leaders, Chris Chapman. Most of you know him as Chappy. And Chappy is just a ball of energy, and he's motivated, he's enthused. Chappy absolutely cracked me up with his post in Skype yesterday, and I had to copy and paste that quote into our main room. It was absolutely hilarious. So he's got a great sense of humor, and he's an awesome individual. Most of you know him already. So let's see if we can get Chris Chapman on here to just share a little bit of energy with all of us. So let me do a sound check, Chappy. Let's see if we can hear you. Oh, okay. It says no, I can't get in. Okay. Do you want to try an audio check anyway, Chappy, just in case, to see if it all of a sudden does work now? So sometimes we play with the settings, all of a sudden it does work. So you let me know. I'll wait in the chat box. All right, let's try it, Chappy. If we can't hear him today, we promise to bring him back another day. Unfortunately, we cannot hear you, Chappy. So yeah, you know what, Chappy? I'll do what I used to do with Lauren. I'll just call you on Skype here shortly. I'll just get my Bluetooth set up here, and we'll just dial you in, and I'll get you to share. And I have to get that set up, so let's do that immediately after the presentation. I'll do a short webinar presentation here on the brand new CrowdRising PowerPoint. I was working on this till 5:30 a.m. last night, just changing some of the verbiage and making it more correct. So we're going to ask everyone that has an older version of the CrowdRising PowerPoint to please delete it. And we're going to be sharing, all the leaders already have, or the majority of the leaders already have the brand new PowerPoint. We're going to upload it to the server, make the link available to each and every one of you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into screen sharing mode, because the PowerPoint that I have uploaded to the conference room still has the old verbiage on it. So let me just set this up real quickly. And while I do this, Gerhard, maybe I'm going to get you in to just say hello and just share with everyone a few minutes while I get the Bluetooth set up. Maybe we can get Chappy on here just before I go into the presentation, and I will go into screen sharing mode. So let me set that up. But in the meantime, please welcome Gerhard.
Hi everybody, let me quickly start off with a sound check and make sure that you guys can hear me. If you will be so kind and let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. All right, very good. Is there too much background noise? It's very, very hot here. I have the fan running. If it's too loud, if there's too much wind noise, let me know and I'll turn the fan off. All right, thank you very much. That helps me a great deal. Having that fan keep me and my laptop cool. It can get a bit sticky and a bit uncomfortable, but I take that over the freezing cold that I escaped from in Canada anytime. I don't have a heck of a lot in terms of an update, other than saying that I just got off of a Skype chat with our programmer friend shortly before coming on to this webinar, and he said that he had finished all of the add-ons, all of the requests that were put on his desk the last couple of days or the past week, so to speak. However, there's still quite a few things on his desk, but I asked him to set them aside, mark them as category 2 urgent, and then they will have to wait till after he has packaged up the script, as he calls it, packaged everything up and migrated to our brand new server out of Panama City. And then once that has done, he has delivered a finished product. It has been checked thoroughly from from end to end, from top to bottom. We've done a whole series of tests. Every aspect of the system has been thoroughly tested, and the last 3 rounds of tests came all back positive. There was not a single glitch detected. However, that does not say that there won't be no bugs or minor glitches all of a sudden coming up. And if they do, we would really appreciate it if you would let us know. But please be sure that you do a sort of an investigation. Make sure that it's not a computer error or an inadvertent human error before you report it to be a system glitch or a bug or something like that, because it's very, very time consuming to go and find for a non-existent bug or glitch when in fact it might have been because of a browser that was used or a flash player out of date or whatever the case may be. There's a whole pile of reasons why certain things do not function as they are expected to function. Yet when we get to the bottom of it, we can always find out exactly what was going on or what caused it. If it is a glitch or a bug, by all means, that needs to be addressed immediately. So that would be much, your cooperation in that matter would be greatly appreciated. And also with the support tickets, you're still getting multiple support tickets on the same matter. So please help us spread the word that only one ticket per subject is needed. They don't need to bombard us with additional tickets, because that just delays a reply to the most urgent tickets, because we do take every ticket very seriously. There's not a ticket that gets skipped or passed on. We go through them and look for the most urgent. Like for example, if you cannot log in or something like that, those we deem urgent, and those are the ones that we attend to first, and then we start again from top and work from the oldest ticket first and work our way down to the very last ticket. Between Jerry and myself, we're trying to provide the best support possible, because we know how important that is. That communication and support are the two most vital ingredients, if you will, for the performance of any company. Okay, all right. I see Pete says Chappy's ready. Okay, I'll get off the button. So go ahead and hopefully you can get it to work now.
Thank you so much, Gerhard, for the updates. Always a treat to hear from you, and I'm sure all of our participants can really say that they appreciate the efforts that yourself and Jerry put in on a continual basis to make sure those support questions are answered. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to let you know that we have our friend Chris Chappy on. We're dialing him in through Skype. So Chappy, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, can everybody hear me well?
Can you folks hear Chappy well? Can you just type in the room there if you could hear him? I hear him loud and clear.
Can everybody hear me? All right, people can hear me. I'm saved. All right, good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to give a testimony, which normally I don't do. I've been in many different programs over the years, countless. In fact, I lost count, and I always wanted to be the poster child, like everything. I've always wanted to succeed. Now, I had a swimming pool business, mortar and brick building, and sold and built swimming pools, and highly successful at that. When it came to network marketing, it was a whole new learning curve, and then when I and still, you're out there trying to sell lotions, potions, and all kinds of stuff, and either the company goes down, nobody wants your product, or you got to sell them something that they don't want. People got to want something. And when CrowdRising came to the surface, as well as some other crowdfunding ventures, I found a need that people want. And, and that's an important thing. People need and people want. Which is greater? People want to go to McDonald's. People, and eat a fast food garbage. And, people will drink and eat things that are not good for them. Why? Because they want it. What they need is good nutrition. But people will do what they want and not do what they need. And we're all guilty of that. And so, but with the economy, the way it is now, the way the world economy is, I mean, countries are going bankrupt. If you listen to the news, Venezuela is literally throwing people out of the hospitals. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, this is a time for all of us, and I'm going to use the word for all of us to capitalize on helping people. Now, what I mean by capitalizing is I mean that you don't need to stretch yourself so thin that the elastic will break in you trying to help somebody, because that elastic is going to bounce you right back, bringing those people that not only need what you got, but they want it. Why do they want it? No married individual wants to see their family go out in the street. Nobody wants to live out in the street. Well, I guess some people do, because some people make a lot more money with their signs up. I'll work for food, and people will give them money. And let it be known, a lot of those guys make more money than you and I do. But the thing of it is, people need help, okay? And money is, they say money is the root of all evil, but money is a tool. Money is a tool that you can help people. You can help people, who are out of work. Don't forget the population is growing on the homeless. The population has been getting their homes repossessed, their automobiles repossessed. Students go to college, can't get a job to pay off their college loans. There are people out there that are sick, like with cancer and other diseases, that can't afford a medical help. And and with CrowdRising, I've been in it from the beginning, and like the guy says in the chat there, Mike there, Zig Ziglar thing says, people, money's not everything, but I put it right up there with oxygen, and that's true. You can't, money won't make you happy, but try being happy without it. We're like miners. We're out there digging. We're looking for that little gold nugget or a few gold nuggets. And so you find a gold nugget, and then you want to, you want to hold on to that, and you want to, polish it up and then exchange it for whatever currency you're in. Well, some of us will hit a gold mine, and which I was blessed to have that happen to me. And because, right now, as of this date, I have approximately 190 people in my downline. And believe me, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I feel so blessed right now, it's beyond measure. Because never have I ever experienced such a growth in such a short time. But it isn't me. It is the people that have a desire. There's one guy that needs. He actually needs to make a certain amount of money, or he's going to lose his property. He's going to lose his home. And when I showed him this, he dropped everything, and he's got the pedal to the metal, and he's building this like out of sight. Him and another person are just going to town on this, and that just shows if you can show people how to get what they want, they'll move heaven and earth to get it. Now, you can't convince them to do it. There's no way you can convince people to do it. But if you can show them how, they themselves will convince themselves. And case be done. It's all over. They're doing it, and they're going to town. Now, I'm bringing on another gentleman that has a more desperate need, his life. He has throat cancer. He can hardly eat, and I'm gonna move everything that I'm doing for myself, and I'm gonna put him right up front and help and ask people to donate to his platform, to his cause, because this man has a cause. He wants to live, and there's no greater desire than that. So, with that being said, you got to get out there. You got to get talking to people. You got to share what is happening. If you don't have a story, share somebody else's. Share the guy that has cancer. Share the guy that is going to be losing his home, how well he's doing. A good percentage of the 190 people are in this individual's downline. So this is going to town, folks, and you have a terrific opportunity here, because successful people are willing to do things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. So if you want to be successful, you've got to start reading motivation. You got to start thinking positive. If you don't want to talk to people, start talking to 2 or 3 people a day. And when you start getting that your posture going and your verbiage down and so forth, you'll get the fire, and you'll be motivated to go out and talk to 10 and 20 people. Make up little cards, make out little flyers, and just drop it off. And most important thing, if you can't tell the story, Guy's system, the catch pay system that Guy has is awesome. That gives a full presentation. It brings them right to your sign-up page, where they now got to make the decision. And one step more, you may want to, you get their names and phone numbers. If they leave it in there, and you can do a follow-up call and say, hey, Jack, I see that you went and visited my catch page. What did you like best about it? Don't ask him how he thought about it. Ask him what he liked best about it, and give him an acknowledgement. What a great point that he brought out. And if he's negative, I'm not going to go into a full thing here, but find out what his negative is. Find out what he thinks is negative, and then say one of the most powerful questions there is. Other than that, is there any other reason why you don't want to go ahead with this today? And let me tell you, that's a powerful question, because now he's starting to feel a little pressure, but you're being nice. And he's starting to feel a little pressure, and he said, well, the sun comes up at 7 in the morning. It's just too late for me. Great thing. Other than that, is there any other reasons? Once he says no, reevaluate all the reasons he made claims, and say, look, if we can resolve these issues, would you be willing to go ahead with this? And, I'm going to say that's probably a 75 to 85% closed right there. But I don't want to sound like a salesman because you're not selling him. What you're doing is you're acknowledging the reasons why he doesn't feel like he can do it, or why he doesn't want to do it. You're turning it around where he's telling you why he can do it. And that's a powerful position to be in. And so you have joined a team, people, that has developed the most systematic way for ordinary people to achieve extraordinary economic success. And so with that being said, I'd like to say, thank you, Gerhard, thank you, Pete, thank you for the people that have joined my team, and let's support each other. Let's work, let's be people builders instead of destructors. If you can't say something good about somebody, don't say anything at all. Look for the good, get on with the good, and excel with the good. And let me tell you, you'll get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time and for me giving the testimony. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chappy. That was absolutely awesome. You hit the nail on the head, my friend, in so many areas. What a great training segment. I mean, this was excellent. Your testimony is really, a training piece, and we have to elaborate on that one day, Chappy, if you're open to that, and get you on one of our super training workshops. You, my friend, have some amazing things to share. So thanks again, Chappy. We really appreciate you. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this great just to have people like Chris Chapman come on and to share his vision, share his passion, share his energy for CrowdRising. Now, while Chappy was sharing here, the timing was absolutely incredible because our wonderful friend Val McDowell out of Toronto sent me the new PowerPoint that we can use for the webinar room here. So we had to redo it, and Val had to customize it for this room. So we're going to go into a real brief PowerPoint presentation and show you the new verbiage. And this is the new official PowerPoint for CrowdRising. So again, any old versions that you have, please delete them. And let's take a look at what has changed and what the new verbiage looks like. Just in general, easier, I think, to understand. So follow through, folks. I mean, this is going to be a really good training piece here as well. And that's what we'll do here. We'll go into training mode with the PowerPoints here today. Any guests on the call today? If you're a guest here looking at CrowdRising for the very first time, we love you. We appreciate you. Just type guest in the box there so that we know and we can identify you, and maybe someone from within CrowdRising invited you, and you're just here kind of checking us out, kind of seeing what we're all about. We really always like to put our foot in your shoe and just make you feel really, really welcome here. So anyone on the call that's a guest. We have no guests. We're going to go into a bit of a training mode here today with the PowerPoint. So, and it's definitely time for the little guy to win. So let's get into the presentation here. Now, 8,600 potential in 90 days with CrowdRising's global platform. It's based on peer-to-peer direct funding. Now, some of the verbiage here, again, you're going to notice minor changes. And these changes are important, though, so that we're all speaking the same language when we're sharing CrowdRising. Everyone can participate. $20 is all you need, one time out of pocket. Every step after that can be 100% self-funding using the CrowdRising proprietary platform. Now, stepping up, we have stages in CrowdRising, and one of the things that you're constantly going to hear in CrowdRising is stages 1 through 10, and every time you advance a stage, that's called stepping up. So the $20 one time out of pocket can set in motion an avalanche of donations. Now you see the change verbiage on this slide. This is where some of the changes go. and start. But by continuing to step up, you're going to easily qualify for all 10 stages. I want to personally just thank all of the participants in CrowdRising that have advanced over the course of the last 48 hours. There has been a whirlwind of new energy and new participants that are stepping up all the way to stage 8. So we've seen over the course of the last 48 hours. So again, congratulations to all of you. That is excellent, excellent work. Now, moving on, this is how our CrowdRising platform works. You donate to your sponsor. In this scenario, Bob is your sponsor. Now you donate one time out of pocket. Then invite 5 people and they each donate $20 to you. Now, Bob brought you in here, as you see in the box here. You donate 20 to Bob, and you invite your 5. So that is sort of what we do in CrowdRising. We invite. And I'm encouraging everyone to get rid of the word sponsor, because you know what? Sponsor is, yeah, you know what? It's really what you're doing, but the real term, all we're doing is really inviting people to look at CrowdRising. It is a peer-to-peer, member-to-member platform, so they're not donating to any per se company. There is no company. There is no one sitting at the top. This is you. This is the participants of CrowdRising that are receiving the internal donations from the people that you invite to the community. So here you see, you bring in 1, you bring in 2, and this is where it gets really interesting. The moment you have 2 people, what we suggest in CrowdRising is you take and you step up to the second stage, the next stage, every time you receive 2 donations. That's just a recommendation. Whether you do or not, that is 100% optional, and that is your business indeed. As the people begin to come in, and you're inviting these people, obviously you get $100 in donations. Now, you could comp these if you wish, but one word of advice that I'm going to give for those that are comping people, make sure that if you comp people in on your row of 5, make sure that they are prepared to go to work. If you comp in a rope, a pail, a dog, and a cat, you know what? You're going to get real frustrated. You're going to sit back and you're going to say, wow, I thought this cat was going to bring somebody in. And it doesn't happen. And you're wondering, how come? Why didn't it move? Well, you know what? Put your absolute best. Put your generals, put your sergeants up on that row of 5. Very, very important. Because the moment you put someone in there that's not prepared to go to work, you really reduce, each leg represents 20% in terms of 100% donations. So you eliminate 20% when you put a really, really weak link in there that's not going to do anything. Granted, you can spill. Yes, absolutely. You can spill down. If you have 30 people to invite personally, 5 go on your front row, the spill feature will kick in and it will continually fill in beneath the 5, giving you the row of 2. So the row of 2, we call it a tier, tier 2. 25 plus the 5, that's 30. If you brought them all in personally. So that is very possible, and the spill feature is very real here in CrowdRising. Now, you stepped up to stage 2 in this scenario. You donated to Bob originally as your sponsor. Susie was Bob's sponsor or inviter in this scenario, right? Inviter. Now, what happens here is the moment that you step up to stage 2, it really opens up that row of 25. The row of 25 are the 5 people that each participant that you personally invited that they have beneath them. Give an example here. Let's pick on the blonde girl in the middle here, right? She comes in, you've invited her, and she's really excited about this, and she invites her 5. Those 5 are all going to be donating to her. So as will each one of these people on your second tier. As they come in, regardless of whether you spilled them or they personally invited them, they're going to be donating the $20 to them. Now you follow that, right? So real simple here. And once you grasp this, once you understand this, and the fact that you now have paid it forward to Susie here in this example, you've donated the $40 to her. That made you qualified. That made you eligible to receive $40 donations from your second tier. So as you can see, the example here below. Now let's move on. Let's see what happens when you continue to put this in motion, when you continue to step up to the next stage. In this scenario, you want to go to stage 3 now. Now, Jim is above Susie, right? In this scenario, you want to pay it forward to Jim, $60. 20 went to Bob, 40 went to Susie, 60 goes to Jim. And again, it's a one-time donation. You are now qualified to receive $60 stage 3 from the row of 125. That's your third tier. Now remember, 5 was on your first tier, 25 on your second tier, 125 potential participants on your third tier. Here's the beauty of this. This is not some kind of a binary system where you have to do a balancing act and you get the elephant leg syndrome. This is not a hyped up, rah-rah, pie in the sky. Even if you get 5 people on that third tier and they step up and they will be donating $60 each to you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to fill up. And it probably won't always fill up nice and evenly where, sometimes when you're showing the plan, it's illustrated, right? You're showing the potential. Your personal genealogy may not look like that. If I were to ask Chappy right now, what does your third tier look like, Chappy? Are all 125 there? Probably not, because you'll probably have one of the people on our third tier that's gone to work. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way down to 10 tiers below him. He's got people, right? They're not all going to fill nice and evenly. So just so that we can all understand this. Now, let's recap. You donated $20 to Bob. That opened up tier 1. That's 5 people that donate $20 each, $100. Then you stepped up. You donated $40 to Susie, which opened up tier 2. 25 donations, $40 each, potential $1,000. Then you stepped up stage 3. You donated to Jim, $60. Now, tier 3, 125 donations. That's the potential, $60 each. So that's $7,500 from third tier participants, $1,000 from tier 2, and tier 1 was $100. This is $8,600. This is the potential of if you put this in motion, and there are people that are doing this, and this is very possible in your first 30 to 90 days. I mean, we have participants in CrowdRising that are doing this right now as we speak. So very, very real. Now, we have a very unique feature inside of CrowdRising that many of you really understand. Some may not fully understand it yet. And there's a bit of a trivia inside this pass-up. And I'm going to see if you can identify the little trivia here, the little test inside here to see if you catch it or not. Now, here you are. You want to upgrade to stage 5. This is the scenario that we're painting for you here. Now, you've donated 20 to Bob, right? When you came in, 40 went to Susie for stage 2. Jim received stage 3. Betty received stage 4. Harry is rightfully due for your stage 5 in the event that you want to upgrade. Now, we've got a dilemma here, don't we? Harry is not on stage 5. Harry's only on stage 3. What happens? The software gives you a message in your CrowdRising back office, and it says the participant is not on stage 5, the stage that you wish to upgrade to, advance to. Don't remember the exact message on the site, but it gives you a message, and it gives you the contact information for that particular participant. In this case, Harry. It gives you Harry's phone number, Harry's email address, his Facebook, whatever Harry has shared on his public profile and made available, you will see this. Now, you could be a brother's keeper, a sister's keeper, and you can contact that individual and say, Harry, I would love to donate this stage 5 step up to you, Harry, but I noticed you're not there. Now, if you want to give Harry 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever, you can do that. That is at your discretion. No, it's not mandatory, but we recommend to do this every single time. Because you know what? You'd want someone from your genealogy, if they were stepping up to a higher stage than you were at, you would love the courtesy. You would love the heads up, wouldn't you? Absolutely. What goes around comes around. So we encourage you to at least communicate with the person. If they don't respond, or they say, no, you know what, Harry says, I'm cool, I'm on vacation with the family right now, I'm not going to be working this right now till I get back, and well, you can click proceed. The software then looks up Paul. No, Paul's not on stage 5, so then it goes up. Fred's on fire. Fred is working this. He's not leaving anything on the table. He knows the value of stepping up. He took the initiative right out the gate. He's on stage 5. He's excited. He is now the recipient of this stage 5 $200 donation. Now, absolutely amazing when you really stop and analyze this and you digest this in terms of how you will be rewarded when you take this serious, and you will receive plenty of pass-up donations from your genealogy, because let's face it, not everyone will maybe work at the speed that you will. Not everyone will take it as serious, and that's okay. That's fine. We're not here to say that you should all quickly step up and get yourself on the highest stage. That's not the message. The message is this is at your discretion. Now, let's see if we can identify the challenge we had. We had another problem in this scenario here. As I went through this, how many of you caught? There was a problem here. What was the problem? There was an issue. And I'm just testing to see how many of you caught what was wrong here. There was something that didn't add up in this pass up here. Did anyone catch it? I explained how you're going to stage 5. Harry was the recipient. Harry was not there. What happened? Where did the donation go? Well, it went to Fred. It passed up. But there was another thing that was not correct on this slide. And I put it in here deliberately to see how many would catch it. Anyone? Okay. Now, I'm going to share it with you. I don't see anybody responding, so I'm not sure if anyone caught this, but let's analyze real carefully here. When you went to stage 4, what happened here? Let's look at this real closely. Bob got your 20, Susie got the 40, Jim got the 60, Betty was the rightful recipient for your stage 4. 20 for stage 1, 40 for stage 2, 60 for stage 3, $100 for stage 4. Betty was the recipient. But where was Betty? Betty was only stage 3. We've got a problem here, don't we? Yeah, we got a problem. So Betty, you could have talked to Betty. You could have sent a message to Betty and said, Betty, I'm going to go to stage 4. And Betty may have very well taken you up on that and said, absolutely, I'm going to step up so I can be the recipient of this donation. But in the event Betty did not respond, Betty was asleep at the switch, the pass up kicks in automatically. In this scenario, when you went to stage 4, software looks, Harry, points to Harry first. No, Harry's 3, can't receive it. Then it goes to Paul. Paul was on stage 4. So your stage 4 went to Paul because Betty wasn't there. You see, I didn't put that in the slide because that's part of a training piece that will really help you understand how the pass-up feature works. Now, in reality, and I had this conversation with Chris Chapman today, and here's the beauty of how our CrowdRising system works. And I shared this with Chappy. He was sharing with me that he's got people way down, all the way down this 10th level already, 10 tiers down. He's got people in his genealogy. And we're what, 2 weeks old? How amazing is that? Now, here's the beautiful thing about that. You see, when you take this serious and you have taken the time to step up to the stage that you're comfortable, and we don't encourage you to wait. When you receive a couple of donations on that particular stage, get yourself to the next stage because you want to be the recipient of these donations. Here's what could potentially happen. Chappy's organization grows way down below his 10th organization. Now, Chappy knows the value of stepping up. He's taking this serious, as you clearly heard, right? So let's say Chappy's got someone way down on his 15th tier. He doesn't even see this person. But this person is a live wire. And I'm going to say somebody in his group sponsored somebody. Let's give an example in Thailand. These people are super recruiting machines. And the guy in Thailand says, wow, this is amazing. He works a team plan, and this guy decides he's going all the way, he's going all in. He's going stage 10 here. And some participants will do this in a week to 2 weeks. Seriously, they will. And all of a sudden, here this person, this live wire from Thailand, 15 levels down from Chappy, decides to go to stage 8, 9, whatever. And guess what? There's no one in that genealogy that really took it serious beyond maybe stage 3, 4, 5. They're all kind of just like naturally working their way. But the live wire, way down below says, I'm going all in. The software looks up, 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 and all of a sudden it finds Chappy. Chappy is the very first one in the upline genealogy that is on stage, whatever, 8, 9, or 10, whatever stage it is, that the pass-up is going to, and automatically Chappy is rewarded with that pass-up donation from someone potentially 15 levels down. How exciting is that? That, my friends, is genius at work here with how CrowdRising pass-up system works. All right, let's move on. I hope that was helpful in terms of training how the system works. The funding potential portrayed in the following slides is not typical and not necessarily representative of the funding that will occur, if any, that a participant can or will receive through his or her participation in CrowdRising. All references to funding potential, implied or stated throughout this presentation, are for illustrative purposes. Now, CrowdRising per se does not guarantee any level of funding, so whatever happens is entirely up to you. This is peer-to-peer, member-to-member. You set up the parameters within the My Money section. Everyone agrees to the terms and conditions when they join CrowdRising, and the terms and conditions are very clear and they're worded very well, and they're there to protect you, the participant, within CrowdRising. Now, how do you get paid? How does it work? I mean, when we say paid, these are donations, and we're going to get into that real quickly of how amazing that is, how you can set that all up in your back office. I don't want to recap our system here, the platform, the potential based on 5 who refer 5. Now you see the change here. We have tiers, so we reworded that. Instead of calling them levels, let's just call them tiers. It's simple, it's easy to understand. There's 10 tiers. The member potential increases by 5. This is a 5 buy, right? And it's just a holding facility. That's all this is, right? This is not some crazy matrix game, some board splitting thing or anything like that where you have to do this, have to do that. No, every donation that comes in, if you're qualified at that stage, you plain and simply are awarded that donation. 5, 25, 125, 625. Now you can clearly see the numbers get huge. Don't get caught up in the huge numbers. They happen, they happen. You know what I mean? You work with the people that you're closely connected with and help them each get their 5. That is priority number 1 for you. Donations, 20, all the way through to 990 on stage 10. So they gradually increase so that you always have the necessary donations to step up to the next stage. So you don't ever have to go out of pocket, ever again, if you choose not to. That original $20 donation is all it takes, and it sets you up for an avalanche. The potential here on the right, well, it's pretty simple, right? 5 donations, $100, $20 each. 25 donations here, potential, $40 each, $1,000. 125 on your third tier. Potential is very clear here, $7,500, $60 donation from every participant. Granted, they all step up. So again, very brilliant, and the numbers get huge, and that's why you only see 3 tiers here. We're only going to 3 tiers. The math is very simple. $625 at $100 each. You can do the math yourself real quickly, what the potential is as you go through the stages here. Now, how do I receive the funds? Well, it's in real time and it's direct to your Bitcoin, direct to your PayPal, Solid Trust, Western Union, MoneyGram, Skrill, Payza, cryptocurrency, whatever you want. There's some huge, huge things in the works here, ladies and gentlemen, with regards to cryptocurrency and some of the leaders that are being attracted to CrowdRising. Gerhard and myself have been in interviews and calls almost non-stop over the course of the last week of some very, very serious players from all walks of life, from many countries around the world that have their binoculars on CrowdRising, and they love what they see. So we've got to do a few little tweaks at the back office, and thus the changes when you log into your back office now. You get a little bit of a better view now, a little bit of a better reporting where the clicks came from. You can track it a little better now, and your whole genealogy has a bit of a better view now. So we really are confident that you're going to love these changes, and they're going to help facilitate the growth that we are all going to have with CrowdRising. But mark our words, ladies and gentlemen, phenomenal, things are happening inside this movement. Now, by joining CrowdRising here, the peer-to-peer direct funding network, we're joining hands around the globe. And that's just, you know what, this is just, this image here just really paints a vivid image of what CrowdRising really is. A bunch of people really helping one another. We lock arms and we run this race as a team unit, my friends. So I want to encourage you to get back to the person that invited you, that asked you to come onto this webinar. And if you're listening to a recording here, you know what, just get back to the person that shared this link with you, because you know what, they thought you'd be awesome. They thought you'd be amazing to join CrowdRising. We feel the same way. So join us and start receiving your funds today. Life is definitely more fun when you are well funded. And our friend Chris Chapman said that really, really well in his training piece. Life's a lot more fun when you've got the funding. It's pretty necessary in today's times, in any times. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be on this CrowdRising webinar presentation. So let me turn it back to Gerhard now. And Lauren, if you have anything that you wish to share, please feel free to do so immediately after Gerhard finishes the updates or Q&A that he has to share. So join me in welcoming Gerhard.
Thank you so much, Pete. And a special thank you to our awesome mutual friend, Chappy. That was just awesome. I love to hear this gentleman speak. Anybody here that wants to grab the talk now button real quick and share with us before I do a back office crash course or a tour? Crank it up. Okay, let's crank it up. How's that? Is that better? I crank it up to 90%. Is that any better? All right, thanks, Pete. All right, give me a few seconds here. I'll quickly turn on my screen share. Pete, would you please kill the slide so I can do a screen share? There you go. Thanks, Pete. Please bear with me 1 second while I get this set up, and then I will share my screen. If I did it right, you should be able to see my screen now. Pete, can you let me know if the screen share shows up? I guess Pete stepped away. All right, very good. Let me get right back in there then. As usual, I always like to start off as if you were a brand new participant coming in, that this is your first time. When you either are auto logged in when you submit the sign up form, or you log in, which it would, either ways, the first thing that you need to do is click on your profile if you're not automatically taken there by the script, by the system. But when you submit the registration form, click on my profile. A lot of the information will already be there. Everything that you were asked to input on the sign up form will already be there. Your email address, the Skype field will be blank. Of course, this is a super important thing to have. So when you first log in, this will be blank. So just enter your Skype ID right there. And then you click this little save button. Normally you would expect the page to refresh, showing that it's saved, but in this case it doesn't. So to be sure your Skype ID was actually saved, just click away from your dashboard or refresh the page, and you will see that it actually did save. The country, everything in your back office, you can change, add it, or modify at your convenience, with the exception of the username. That you cannot. Only the system administrator can do that. But you want to be careful before you request to change your username, because that will affect any ads with your current link that might be out there. All those links would then become dead if you happen to change your username. Let's say, for example, you made a mistake in selecting the country, or you forgot to make the selection. You simply just click these little icons. If they're not clickable, that means that there's something wrong with your Flash player or your browser. Just update your browser and Flash player, or use a different browser, and they will then be clickable. Here from the drop down, you select your country of residence. Here you have to enter the answer to your security question. Click on save, and it will update everything. The name here, you can add your phone number. It can be a mobile or a landline, whatever you want to add, but please list your phone number. That field is also on the sign up form, but it is not mandatory, because a lot of people may not join if we require a phone number. So the phone number will remain optional. It's highly encouraged, but it will not be made mandatory. A lot of people of you participants have requested us to make that mandatory, but history shows that by making it mandatory, you would greatly reduce the sign-up rate, and that is not exactly what we would want to do, right? So the phone number, highly encouraged, but it will remain optional. There will be, I don't know if the programmer has already done it. If not, we will get it done. Well, on the sign-up form, there will also be a field to enter your Skype ID. But if in case not, that's what this field is here for, that I just finished showing you. You will scroll down. You will have to make sure that everything is correct. Once you're finished with your profile, there will be different tutorials. There's a couple of tutorials already on the website. When you click on the tutorials tab, and we will continually add more, create and add more tutorial videos on how to make various changes in your profile. This is another important feature right here, the IP security. If you have it on, that's an extra layer of security. If your IP at home changes, or if somebody tries to access your account from a different internet IP address, they will not be allowed access. The system will send you an email with a big message in red that somebody tried to access your account from a different IP, and there will be a link for you to authorize access. Otherwise, you will lock yourself out. Oftentimes at home, your internet number might change, and then you lock yourself out. So it's a great security feature, but it causes a lot of inconveniences. So be sure to have it on or off. Whatever you decide to do, you can do that. But if you find yourself locked out and you cannot get in, the only way that you have to regain control of your back office is by submitting a support ticket. Obviously, you cannot log in, therefore you cannot use the ticket system. This one right here. So then just go to the website and click on the Contact Us button and submit a ticket. If in case you locked yourself out, so leave it off for now until you're familiar how this all works, and then for additional security, turn it on. To the right, by default, whatever you have set up here will be visible, but only to your upline and to your referrals. No outsider will ever see your contact information. Only your upline and your downline will see it. By default, it's all on. See my Skype ID. If I turn this off, then neither my sponsor nor my referrals will see my Skype ID. So obviously, I want to have it on to give them opportunity to contact me instantly in real time. Here you would set up your social sites, Facebook. For those that are not on Skype, what better way than to have your Facebook set up, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, and a host of other social sites. You can set them all up here, and then make sure that you don't hide them. Because off means whatever Facebook, whatever you put in here, your upline nor your referrals won't see it. So please leave it on by default so that you are accessible at all times to your upline and to your downline. Communication is key to your success. That happens to be true in every business, and this is no different. Here you can change your character. You can upload a real picture of yourself. When you go there, it shows you what the size, maximum size is allowed. So just resize an image, and you can upload or any character of your choice. Doesn't matter. Once you're happy with your back office, it's all set up like you want to do, you're still not ready. Your account is still not live. The very first thing next you got to do is hover your mouse over My Money and click on Accounts. Here this will be blank. Here's where you list all of your payment methods: bank account, Bitcoin, Payza, STP, whatever you want. You will add them one by one, and here it shows you when you hover your mouse over these little questions, the question marks. It tells you what it is and what to enter there. Solid Trust Pay, your Solid Trust Pay username, and then a little bit of instructions. Whether you want your potential donors to add fees, you just put a note here to your potential donors. Whatever you put in here, they will see it. And then once you're done, you just click submit, and then the box comes back and you add another one. You can add up to 15 different methods. That will be covered in a separate tutorial video. So once you've done this, you have entered at least one. Then you go to the promotions tab, and then your referral link will show up right here. That's your referral link. Please do not modify it. If you do, you won't get no referrals. They will revert to the default spillover feature as per the customization of the script. Here's a couple of banners. These are the links to place banner ads. One is the source code. The other one is your referral link, known as the target URL to place banner ads on websites. And back to my money. Here you will see your referrals. Whatever referrals you have, again, we will create a separate video on how to expand, how to find. You're getting a host of support tickets. I got an email that so-and-so sign up on my second level, on my third level, on my fourth level, but they don't show up. Well, they do show up. But there will be a video, but let me just quickly show you how to do this. This is, for example, this is my first, my personal referral. It shows me that he has 2 referrals. So these are the 2 that I got an email on that so-and-so signed up on my second level. So what do? I click on this. Here they are. Here are those 2 that this referral brought in. Therefore, these 2 landed in my level 2. Here I can see this one has 4 referrals. This one has none. So there's nothing clickable here. But this one has 4. These are now in my 3rd level of referrals. So I click on these, and then here I can see their 4. So that's how easy this is. But see, as you can see, this would go down and down and down to infinity, and that can get confusing. Once you're done, then just click this again, and then the whole thing collapses. So now this is my first level, as an example here only. This one has 1. That's also on my second level. There it is. I can see who that is. I click it, it's gone. That's how easy it is to pinpoint where all of your second level, third level, fourth level, whatever generation deep, up to 10 levels, you can, at a glance, by clicking on their referrals, you can see who they are, and it shows you what stage they are at. The whole shooting shebang is all there. Go back to my money account. We already covered that. Counting donations. Whenever somebody there is a donation going to you, providing that the referral has submitted a step 2, let me quickly go back and show you that. That's an important feature. They must, as you can see, this was added, clear instructions that they must select either one of these payment methods to make their donation. Once they've done that, they just scroll down. Or of course, they first minimize this page. They log into their favorite payment processor. They send the donation directly. They copy the transaction ID, and then they come back to this page. They scroll down to where they see step 2. This is an absolute must. If you don't submit it, your upline cannot confirm or approve nor deny your donation. Here you select what payment method you use. Let's say, for example, I use Solid Trust Pay. It's selected by default. Let's say I send it to Bitcoin, then here I would enter my Bitcoin wallet so that my upline can see that the Bitcoin was sent from my wallet. Here with a transaction ID, but after you submit or you transfer Bitcoins, you get a transaction number. Copy it, paste it in here. By default, it's all in US dollars. If you have made arrangements with your upline for any other currency, here you would enter the amount. Let's say, for example, $100. You do not use the decimal like that. Leave that out. Just do the 100 and use the decimal point like this. But leave out the money symbol. Otherwise, the system will give you an error. By default, it's in US dollars. If you have made arrangements to send it via Mexican pesos or the equivalent in either currency, then that's what you select. If there was no arrangements made, then it's assumed it was in the equivalent in US dollars. Here, transaction details. This will be renamed. Actually, this is a note to your upline. Here you can quickly add a note to your upline and tell them whatever you want your upline to see. Here it gives you an option to upload a screenshot, but this is optional, 100% optional. You can do it if you want to, if you know how to do it. A small screenshot, great, if included. If not, leave it alone. Just submit these details. Everything must be filled out, submit it, and the minute you click this submit button, the system will immediately go and place two buttons. In this area right here, pending donations, there will be a approve button and a deny button. To the right, your upline will see exactly what you put in step 2. Again, that is a must. If you do not submit step 2 after having sent the donation, without step 2, there won't be no buttons. You cannot be confirmed. That's impossible. So you must do that, okay? Completed donations. This here may not be accurate. If one of your downline or your own donation was manually approved by a system administrator, those will not reflect here, and we don't want to take the time it takes to go and edit this, because that's just too time consuming, and you can do your own math. All of the transactions that are being done utilizing the upgrade feature and plus the stage 2, all of those transactions will be reported right here in receiving and sent of donations. What else do we have here? Okay, that was it on that tab. Updates. Whenever there's a mass announcement or a broadcast, when you log in, it will stare you in the face. After a few seconds, there will be a button at the bottom to close it. If there was no pop-up and you want to make sure that you have not missed any updates or announcements, then you simply just click on updates, and there you can click on it to see what the latest update was. Here you will see the date that was posted. So this is where you can keep up to date. Here shows the history. If there's older updates, you can always go back into the history and see what the previous announcements or updates were. Support. This is the only way, and please help us spread the word. Do not send support tickets to our email address, support@crowdrising.net. That email address is not monitored 24/7, and it is not used for to handle any support. So please only use the internal support system, ticket system. It has no bearing. Never mind. Just ignore that. Priority. How important is it? Low. You want to have it done, but it can wait till we get to it. It's medium. It's kind of urgent, but it's not a must right away. Or high. This is what we go first, but be specific why you selected high. For example, I cannot log in. That is considered as top urgent, and those tickets are being worked on first. A very a precise message, what this is about, and here a short, straight to the point message. What you need to have done. Always include your username. If it includes other referrals or whatever, that also include their usernames. That helps us a great deal in quickly finding the right account and do what you're requesting to have done here. And this reminds me of an important reminder. Whenever a move or a reassignment is requested, rest assured that there must be a request by the sponsor. If they want to have somebody reassigned, moved for whatever reason, they must send a support ticket, and the person, the referral that is supposed to be moved, must also send a ticket stating that they are okay with it. Otherwise, we will not, I repeat, we will not move anybody. That is in all fairness to make sure that nobody is wrongfully moved without the consent of another. So both parties must submit a ticket, and then once both parties have agreed to it and sent a ticket, then we will immediately go and do the reassignment. Promotions, we already run through this, your referral link, the banner ad, and then lastly is log out. This is another important thing that trips a lot of people up, the CAPTCHA. If you're using an outdated Flash player browser, then you will have a problem with this Google CAPTCHA. This is state of the art. You will see this on just about any new website. This is the way to go. You click on this little box. I'm not a robot. If I have not made any mistakes previously, like for example, if I enter my username or password wrong, and I try it again, then this will pop up some images. It tells you what images to click on. For example, if it's asking you for rivers, sometimes it's hard to tell which is a river, which is a lake or ocean. So just select any image, click on any image that has water in it. It doesn't necessarily mean a river. Just click all of the images that have water, and then this green check mark will pop up. Once this check mark is right there, then you enter your username, your password, and you can sign in. It's going to be very, very simple, but this, a lot of people have problems with this because they do not fully understand how the CAPTCHA works. Okay, let me come back to the page here, to the room here. Stop screen share. Open up the chat. All right, any questions, folks? Anything that I missed in the back office? Any questions at all? Can we add a link to your personal website? I'm not exactly sure I understand your question, Christina. Can we add link? Any questions at all, folks? Backlink. Sorry, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, I must admit. The add link section only gives you option to add Facebook, Twitter. Well, yes, when you click on that add button, every time you click it, it gives you an option to enter or set up a new social site. For example, you would start off with Facebook. Once you have done it, you saved it, you click that button again, the same option comes up. That's where you add whatever it is, whether it's Google Plus, whether it's Twitter, whether it's LinkedIn, whatever you have, you enter that one by one by clicking the add button, add new link button, so to speak. I'm not sure about adding your website. You have to play with that. To be honest with you, I have not done that yet, but I will try to create a video on how to do that. For now, when you add a new social site, just play with it. You can't break nothing. Play with it and see if it allows you to do exactly what you want to do. You can always go and undo it. You can delete it or add it. Or if you know how to do it, great. See if that works for you. If not, then we'll see what else we can do. Backlink to another website. Again, we will take notes of any future add-on requests, but not right now. It's not the time to do it. We have delayed the migration for over a week already because of the continuous changes in add-ons that we requested. So it's already a week past due since the system was supposed to have been migrated to the brand new service in Panama. So I told the programmer as of last night when he made the change to the upgrade page to avoid people from making a mistake and copying, trying to send PayPal or PayPal to the contact email. So now that email is no longer there. They have to hover their mouse over that icon and then it shows the sponsor's email address. or they click on it, select their whatever email handle you're using, whether it's Yahoo, Gmail, click it, and then your email handle will come up with the sponsor's email already in the send to field, ready for you to compose an email and contact your sponsor. But the email per se is no longer visible on the site, and that is to prevent spam at the same time. Like I said, make a note of any add-ons or additional features that you would like, and send a support ticket with your list. We will make a note of it. But again, until the system is on our servers, we will not be accepting any new requests. There will be no changes made until the site is on our own server and we have access to a finished product. Any other questions, folks? Okay, I don't see any other questions. Let's call this a wrap. Thank you all very much for having come in. As usual, it was a great honor and a privilege for me to be here with you again. I strive to provide you the best support possible because I know how important that is. If you cannot log in, or if you have a pending upgrade and your upline, the recipient, is not available, then you don't want to sit there forever, because you want to get that done real quick so that you can move on and that you're not holding up your downline. So please make use of the support ticket system, but please use it wisely. Do not send in multiple tickets on the same matter. One ticket will do, and we will get to it just as quick as we can. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Have a phenomenal night, and see you in our Skype rooms or in Facebook. I apologize. I've not been able to be in there much as of late because there's just so much to do and so much happening that it's just no longer possible for me to be everywhere at the same time as much as I would love to. But anyways, we already have several moderators patrolling, walking the beat, patrolling the CrowdRising turf, so to speak, looking out for one another, make sure that nothing inappropriate is being posted on Facebook and so on. And also, they're always asking our volunteers, moderators in the Facebook, to always post important updates and announcements that we post in the Skype rooms. They relay that to our Facebook page. That is much, much appreciated, folks. And we are still looking for more volunteer Facebook group moderators. If you're interested, please contact either myself, my nephew Pete, or Susan Saunders. She was the one that volunteered to create that Facebook for us, and that was much appreciated. And she is the master admin. She can set you up with a moderator account and walk you through the process if you're not familiar with it. So you're welcome to the moderators team. Good night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Gerhard. Appreciate that. Let's turn it over to our wonderful friend Lauren.
Well, hey everybody, wasn't that a great webinar? My goodness. I love that quote about money isn't everything, but I put it up there with air. That's I'm putting that on my wall, I think. So wonderful, you guys. What a wonderful, wonderful team we have. It's extraordinary. And not only, of course, Gerhard and Pete, but that we have such wonderful giving people within the group that are forwarding the whole purpose, the giving to give, giving to receive, but also giving to give. Okay, we are all trying to help everybody else get funded. That's our agreement, is everybody deserves to be funded. How can I help everybody else do well with this too? It's just so loving and giving, and I think it's really different. I'm sure you guys will agree. In everything that I've ever seen before, it's not usually like that. Not necessarily. So I'm going to say goodnight too, and I really appreciate everyone. And if you need anything, give us a holler. And we're going to ride out with the William Tell Overture. We think.